Hello, and welcome back to Coin Lady channel. Today, 1 million XRP were taken in a theft. So, please take this as a warning and a public service message from me. Be cautious as you venture forth. And, cryptocurrency custody systems have their advantages and disadvantages. Even if self-custody is not without its own set of dangers, it is still preferable to keeping your cryptocurrency off of an exchange, in my opinion and the opinion of most others in the crypto community. That's a reasonable point to make. What annoys me is when individuals acknowledge the problem while acting as though the solution poses no danger. Yes, of course there are. I mean, there are all sorts of people that will never want to engage in self-custody just because what happens if you know you've got your private key, that's the one and only, and it's on paper, and your house burns down, or you lose it, or there's your dog eats it, there are a number of things that could go wrong. And if a company or government agency possesses it, the stakes are higher. Depending on the specifics of the configuration, some guarantees may be possible. I'm not claiming that this is always the case, rather, I'm pointing out that many factors and dynamics are at play. But in the end, I think that holding your crypto yourself, despite the hazards, is the safest way to go about custody. However, in this case, it turns out that the millions of XRP that were taken weren't all XRP at all. You can tell that a major exchange has just been hacked. But before moving further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial history of any type. I am not giving any kind of financial guidance. Furthermore, you should not make any financial decisions based on what I say. Just a hobbyist here that occasionally posts films to YouTube on various crypto-related topics. Okay, this happened today, even though I'm recording a bit past midnight and thus it happened yesterday, but I'm counting it as today because I haven't gone to sleep yet. And until I go to bed and get up again, it is not tomorrow. But let's check it out. Read this intriguing headline from the world of crypto. Over $120 million worth of Bitcoin, Ether, and XRP were stolen by Poloniex, and Shiva is supposedly dead. After yet another high-profile security incident, the cryptocurrency exchange industry is in mourning. On Friday, Poloniex stated that hackers got allowed access to cash on the network on-chain data reveals that the hacker has already taken over $120 million worth of cryptocurrency from Poloniex. And you can check the posts from today's 6:35 a.m. Central Time, my time, Poloniex exchange right here. Poloniex is in a strong financial position and will fully reimburse the stolen money, which are currently under investigation. In exchange for the return of the assets to the following ETH/Tron/Bitcoin wallets, we are offering a white hat bounty of 5% to the hacker responsible for the Poloniex attack. And the story goes on. While the exact cause of the security vulnerability remains unknown, early signs point to a compromised private key. The thieves have access to Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and Trump funds, among others. At the time of writing, the hackers' loot is worth an estimated $127 million. The good news is that, in all likelihood, they will cover this loss, as they would have to if their clients' monies were stolen, as failing to do so would result in the collapse of the exchange. When trust is slashed, everything falls apart. The mere fact that this occurred is enough to cause damage to their reputation and cause customers to doubt their products. What the hell are you doing wrong, Poloniex, since you just severely damaged their operating model? It's great that they're providing such excellent service to their clients, but this is a huge deal. Totaling $127 million. That's really insane. Huge numbers of XRP. Anyway, peace continues to. At the time of writing, the hackers' looters worth an estimated $127 million, aided by a green day across the crypto market. Arkham Intelligence reports that over 80% of the stolen sum is comprised of Ether, Tron, and Bitcoin. Let's have a small chat regarding their bounty program. I'm interested in hearing your thoughts on it. Please share your thoughts in the comments. I'm curious as to your take on this. Despite the fact that, intellectually, I can see the logic of their actions. However, I am not certain that this is the best strategy. So, have a look at this. Justin's son, a well-known crypto entrepreneur, owns it. Following today's incident, Poloniex has initiated contact with affected customers. Later, Justin's son posted an update on the official Poloniex handle. Affected users will receive compensation from the exchange. If the hacker agrees to return the money, Poloniex will pay them a 5% bounty. Accepting such a bounty will imply that the hacker gets to keep $6.35 million of the total sum and return the balance to wallet addresses already made public by Poloniex. And now, the meat of the article. It comes from Justin's son himself. Please refund the monies to the following ETH-Tron Bitcoin accounts. We are providing a 5% white hat bounty to the Poloniex hacker and giving you 7 days to think about this offer before we involve law authorities. What are the odds that Justin's son and the executives at Poloniex actually don't engage with law enforcement, would still write when they kind of have to? I mean, even if they say they're not going to, they would, right? Because that would be the right thing to do. On the other hand, even if he returned 95% of the money and kept 5% for himself, he would still be in the red. Surely by doing this, he is encouraging more hackers to hunt for security flaws in the hopes that they, too, will be rewarded handsomely. And the law probably won't go after them anyway. Obtain a 95% ROI if they bring you visibility. They understand that receiving the same offer twice is not random. Simply put, I find the concept of this method appealing. Simply said, I have a lot of doubts. I think when it comes to people doing horrible things, if you participate in conduct, that's going to reward more of it, you're making a major mistake. Obviously, you'd be pleased to receive 95% of your original investment returned right this second. Still, I'm curious as to the intricacies of how they were able to make the record in such a short amount of time, and why Poloniex was manipulated in such a way. Simply put, it's completely bizarre. It's encouraging that the company claims to have sufficient financial resources and intends to compensate affected customers. However, it should come as no surprise that the exchange temporarily suspended withdrawals. And I'm suspicious of the outlandish tales in which hackers do return monies, like the one I shared on my channel in which an attacker took funds from an XRP holder. The hacker was eventually guilted by the XRP holder, who claimed to have rescued the woman from a dire predicament. The perpetrator of the hack felt horrible about taking it and returned it. That's an extreme case. It is, and I'm relieved that occurred. A positive resolution is provided. But then generally the monies don't come back, you need to engage law enforcement. In many cases, identifying the hackers responsible is possible. A public blockchain is the way to go. That settles that then. In addition, this was found in the XRP forensics account. For 3.1 million XRP, they claimed a Poloniex hot wallet was emptied a quarter of an hour ago. This episode occurred simultaneously with those on other networks, such as ETH, Bitcoin, and Tron. We've set up alerts on the relevant accounts and are now following the money. So, XRP Buddy, Forensics is always keeping an eye out for things like this. And before we end up this video, there's one more thing I wanted to mention, because, strange stuff happens all the time. And it's not only because crypto is involved. Bad actors will always look for opportunities to exploit the human condition, regardless of the underlying asset class. But this morning, CZ of Binance shared the following story, and the way he described this makes me think that this is something that basically recently happened, and this is genuinely buck wild. He reports that executives from a client were abducted in Montenegro while on a business trip there and forced to empty their bank accounts. A lot of people worry about the $12.5 million loss. So these clients of Binance is run a business trip, they were persuaded there by somebody to Montenegro. The private keys and access to these money were obviously in their possession. They lost it because someone took it. They're definitely under pressure, so it stands to reason that there could be weapons involved. That's one of the dangers, too, if someone wants to take tens of thousands of dollars from you or perhaps a few $1,000,000. If money is at a bank, they would have to break into the bank to get it, but if they know you have it, they can go after you. That is, in fact, what I am arguing. Every storage option comes with its own set of advantages and disadvantages. Self-custody remains my preferred option. After that, what I mean is, you all do it constantly. I just made it such that no one can force me to reveal the passphrase for my bank account, not even if they put a pistol to my head. I wish you the best of luck, though. I don't have access to my own private keys now, like I genuinely don't. I'm not going to expand upon it. Due of concerns for safety. I'm only pointing out that there are methods to act that would render this kind of attack useless against you, even if it happened. But this is quite the journey, and by that I mean that it was all a setup. After that, CZ added, we looked into the on-chain actions and contacted our partners to have the wallet frozen earlier today. All $12.5 million was stolen in USDT and moved to a Tron wallet, however we were able to freeze around $11.8 million of it. There you have it. So it moved from one wallet to another, but then the second wallet was frozen because of the communication between the two. Therefore, it should be rather secure to return. What happens with the rest of it remains to be seen. I mean, isn't that completely insane? Please take precautions. That's why it's not a good idea to brag about how much cryptocurrency you have in the open. For the simple reason that you'll become an easy mark. Maybe don't do that. Let me add that I don't give advice on money matters. Basically, nothing I say should influence your decision to purchase or sell. Please like and subscribe my channel. See you later, bye.